Comedy Film Nerds Podcast.
Trailers, The Shape of Water.
What?
Now, we just saw this trailer.
It's a different one because we saw this trailer a while ago.
Yeah, this was a different trailer.
This is this one
it's
is
a different one?
Yeah, it's more Michael Shannon heavy. It's more like he's the bad guy, which is good.
Who's searching for the fish man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
Searching for Bobby Fishman.
yeah, nice, Aaron. So one of there's two theories that are around the internets right now. One of them
it's a real fish guy.
One of them is a real fish guy. One of them is a Hellboy prequel, which I think it is because this character Abe Sapien has this exact same backstory where he was in, this time he was captured. He was in a tank. He was a man in Victorian times that turned into this fish man and had this backstory. And it's also Guillermo del Toro, who also did Hellboy 1 and 2. So I really think it's kind of a stealthy prequel.
I mean, not so stealthy.
His email is literally Abe Sapien.
Yeah. Seems like they're not really hiding it that well.
Yeah. And
was there a deaf woman in this man's past, too?
And then the other theory is that it's a Creature from the Black Lagoon prequel, which I'm not as sold on. I really, because it just even the way it's shot has like a Hellboy feel. The way Guillermo del Toro shot Hellboy, it feels that way. The other thing that could have happened too is that we couldn't get the rights to the Abe Sapien background story. We're still going to make the movie anyway and change the Fishman's name.
I mean, the character, especially in this trailer, we see more of the Fishman character from the first one. My first thought was, it is a Creature from the Black Lagoon. Mm-hmm. But why would we
have it as an experimental government weapon?
And why would we even go into that? Like, the Hellboy theory makes more sense to me, at least.
And also, too, it's they have the Bureau of Paranormal Research and Defense that gets created in the Hellboy universe. So this will be one of the things that would help create it, is they found a fish man.
Megan, what did you think when you saw this trailer?
My main takeaway from this was, why is Octavia Spencer just working for the government now? Why can't she get out? Why is she just pushing carts, crunching numbers, helping astronauts, helping fishmen? Like, Octavia, you deserve to not be a government employee.
Yeah, you deserve a nice office with a window, and you don't have to push
And I want
carts.
that for her. It's not fair, and I'm not happy. And she does it really well, but
she could run a bakery.
Yeah,
she could do so many things.
I don't want her as
design.
a maid anymore.
Yeah,
I'm not okay with it.
Well, it's also interesting when you mention Octavia Spencer and you have Michael Shannon. You have a solid list of actors in this movie that elevate a genre picture to higher than it normally would be. Like, if this was just about a fish man and just a bunch of unknown actors, you'd be like, well, this is just
Richard
a
Jenkins
schlocky
is
kind
in
of
it.
thing.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's really it's being shot like a drama with a fish man in it.
Now, are the fishman and the lady intimate?
They're
just cuddling?
We're getting that inclination.
Okay.
It's definitely being implied from the trailers.
I do like when she started to spell out "fuck you." That was fun.
Yeah.
That was like a fun.
Well, that actress.
What's she saying? What's she saying?
Sally Hawkins.
Who's great.
She's great. In the trailer, I was like, I'm intrigued to see just her and how she interacts with everybody, especially the creature. Like, this trailer, even more so than the first one, shows like her relationship with the fishman creature.
Yeah.
So it looks like you said, with all of these solid actors around this character, it could be. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
A lot of rain too. There was a lot of rain.
It's gonna be a lot of wet sets.
Yes, it was a lot of water happening, and as an LA resident, I like that. I go, oh yeah, rain exists. I forgot about that. I saw that preview. I actually saw that preview and the next preview before Mother. So I'm getting a little PTSD. I'm like, they didn't show these when you saw it? You had different trailers?
For Mother?
No, we didn't.
Wow, interesting. I feel like they always show, maybe it was because I was
you were in
traveling
Canada.
international.
Yeah.
So they showed different things up north.
So we're watching this trailer, you just heard somebody crack their knuckles and stand behind you.
Yeah,
And you
I was
started
like,
waking
oh no. I felt someone dive off a pirate ship, and I was transported back north.
Well, then let's talk about Downsizing.
Yes, this is the Matt Damon movie. Now, Alexander Payne, I'm a big fan of as well. His movies are always interesting and unique. Now, this is an interesting concept where, we're getting overpopulated as a species. That is true. Mm-hmm. So then if we shrink everybody, then all of a sudden everyone has more room. And I like the world that this is creating. If we shrink you, whatever money you have then just gets exponentially increased because, we're building dollhouses for you. So I just felt like there's a really cool attention to detail. Like when you create a world like this, you have to have an attention to detail. Like, well, how does it work? How does the economy work? What is the process? What are the consequences? And I think all those things from the trailer were really thought about in an interesting way and presented. So I'm excited to see this movie. I think it looked good.
The guy, he's Citizen Ruth, Election, About Schmidt, Sideways, The Descendants.
Solid
really amazing
movies.
movie. So when I see this.
And well acted and well directed.
Well directed, and again, they all have very specific. Now, this seems like more broad comedy than he's used to doing, but I'll trust him because of all the other stuff he's done. Mm-hmm. What did you think?
So I auditioned for this movie.
Oh, that's right.
So I hope it fails miserably. I actually auditioned. I saw both parts I auditioned for. I auditioned for 2 different parts in the movie. I got neither of them. But I don't know. So I've heard, I don't think this is a secret, but I've heard Kristen Wiig does not end up downsizing herself.
Oh, really?
Okay, sorry. Did I just ruin the whole movie?
No, you never saw it in the trailer.
That's floating around on the internet. And it's sort of, I'd seen the trailer, and now that I'd heard that theory, now seeing it again, I go, oh, she didn't, because she's not in any of, when Matt Damon is little, is that what we're calling it? What do we call this fake thing?
Yes.
He's little now. So when he gets richer and littler, she isn't in the house with him. When they show him signing papers, apparently those are divorce papers. So I actually, when I first saw the trailer, I was like, I'm not into this at all. It looked, I don't know. I saw Click recently and I was like, what's happened? And obviously it's not the same as Click, but just these worlds that it seemed too wild to me. But now that I know there's a divorce happening, I'm into it. I'm like, okay, all right. I like that she's not there and, he's trying to date as a tiny man. That I'm into.
Have you gone through a divorce?
No. No.
Just really want to.
Just really want to see how it plays out. Do they get in a fight and she's huge and he's little?
And she just kicks him?
Yeah, exactly. She's yelling at him and it knocks him over. Does Jason Sudeikis climb on his shoulders and they whack her ankle?
I'm curious to see this because obviously like we said, I like Alexander Payne, but it's at least the way this trailer is cut, it is presented as wacky comedy, but it starts out, the premise is the world is overpopulated,
right?
And this is how we're dealing with it. So it sounds like this
is satire.
Yeah, this is the strong satire and also, dealing with some social commentary because this planet does have 7.5 billion people
There'll
on
be
it.
that in there for sure.
And so, I like all these characters, and I'm really interested to see how it shakes out.
Some fun cameos too. I think Bridget Everett was the nurse that woke them up after they were. I was like, oh, that's exciting, and I like the lady that was on the train. I think he. I now I know why I didn't get the parts. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. So I see what you've done here. Nicely done, Alex. Congrats.
I shot first.